Hey you guys, and welcome in. Today we're going to go over all the ads for the tri-state area, Arizona, California, and Nevada. We're going to go over each and every one of these ads, and I'm going to break down the best prices and how you can save money locally if you shop in your local grocery stores. This video is going to be a pretty long video, but understand it's broken up into individual stores in the chapter section, of the description. So if you want to skip ahead to your favorite grocery store, by all means, maybe pick a few grocery stores and skip ahead and pick out the one that you like the most. But I'm going to go over every single one of them so you have all the information that I can give you about saving money. And what's the main thing that we're saving money on this week? Well, I've seen in multiple ads this week, chuck roasts are on sale, $4.99 a pound. And man, you know as well that chuck roast is one of the best piece of meats on the market. It has the chuck eye steak, which can make a great grilling steak, next best cousin to the ribeye. It also has those beautiful country style ribs that you can pull off a chuck eye or a chuck. And then, of course, just that shredded beef deliciousness that you get from a chuck roast. There's just not much better piece of meat than a chuck roast. And at $4.99 a pound, which you're going to see in multiple ads, man, that's a great way to make dinner special. All right, let's start rolling through these ads. And today, we're going to start with fries. And we're going to go through Fry's, Bashas, Albertsons Safeway, Cardenas, Smith's, Vaughn's, Food for Less, State of Bros, and Smart&Final, and we're starting with fries. Let's take a look at this fries ad. This fries ad is featuring a $4.99 a pound chuck roast. Yes! Chuck roast. I can't wait. I'm making shredded beef. I'm making all kinds of things out of this thing and purchasing at least a couple of these bad boys this week myself. Let's take a look at some of these other things in this ad. We have Heritage Farm drumsticks and thighs for just $1.29 a pound. That's a great savings. And then asparagus for just $1.99 a pound. We talk on a pretty regular basis. Usually there's one or two of these companies, if not all of them, running a buy two, get two free on soda. And you're seeing no difference this week where you're seeing Dr. Pepper products and Coca-Cola products all buy one, get two free. Make sure you check out that regular retail to see if you're getting a good deal. You have 4 for $10 on chips, Cheetos, Tostitos, and Lay's, which is a pretty good deal in my opinion. And then let's see, you have a 26 to 30 count shrimp, cooked, tail on, $7.99 a pound. That's just an okay price. That's kind of an average Joe price for cooked shrimp of that size. But man, if you just want it prepared and ready to go, there you go. It's $7.99 a pound. It looks like we have a mix and match deal here on popsicles. It's starting to get hot out there. We know California, Nevada, Arizona, man, we live in the desert. And to be able to get some nice cool popsicles at buy one, get one free, that's a damn good deal. So let's slide down this ad just a little bit more and see what else we have in store. Here's one of our weekly digital deals. Remember, with the digital deals at Fry's, it's in the first transaction and a limit of 5. So you need to buy that 5 in the first transaction. And we have in this digital deal, looks like Oscar Mayer Deli Fresh Meats, 9-ounce packages, all varieties, for $3.99, and Claussen Pickles at $3.99. Claussen Pickles have went up a couple dollars a container, over the last couple years, and I find them it's $5.99 and $6.99 sometimes at regular price. So $3.99 is a good deal for a Claussen pickle. And man, you cannot do better than Claussen pickles in my opinion. There's not a better pickle in the market in my opinion. You got Tyson chicken strips. It's a pretty good sized bag for $6.99, and the 2-pound bag of, or a 2-pound box of strawberries at $2.49. That makes it $1.25 a pound basically for your strawberries. What a great deal. Strawberry shortcake. There's just so many things you can do with strawberries. Let's keep sliding down this ad. We've got our farmland bacon at $4.99 each. This is a 16-ounce pack, and that's a pretty decent price for farmland bacon. Personally, farmland bacon is one of my favorite bacons in the market. I just like the quality and the flavor of it. It's always got a decent leanness, and it just comes out nice. And at $4.99, that's not too bad. I won't say it's the best or the worst, but definitely not too bad. Looks like we have an ice cream deal here for $1.99 for looks like the Kroger deluxe variety of the ice cream of the Kroger ice cream line. Excuse me. And then some odds and ends deals. Cucumbers for $2.49. You got a couple paper towel and toilet paper deals. $9.99 for 16 rolls. That's not bad there. And then $5.99 for 6 rolls of paper towels. That's pretty good. Pretty darn good. Let's keep rolling down this ad. See if we can find some more savings. Save more with digital coupons. So these are more additional coupons. And you're going to look for this POS pricing on the tags in the stores to take advantage of these prices. Let's roll down this ad and see what else we have in here. Remember, I'm mainly going to go through, just the good deals in these ones, the main protein center of the plate, and then your produce deals, and then some odds and ends, soda deals and bread deals, and your basics, I'm going to go over. Not every single thing, but I'm just looking for the good deals. 4 times fuel points, you guys. We love 4 times fuel points. Sargento cheese at $3.69. That's a pretty decent deal. And there's that Red Baron pizza at $3.99. We talked about the Red Baron DiGiorno comparison last week. And Red Baron pizza at $3.99. Red Baron quality went down, unfortunately. And I hope they fix that. All right, let's keep rolling down this ad. Looks like we have Denmark sausages for $10. Sweet corn for $3.99. And don't forget, on Wednesday this week, it's going to be Senior Wednesday, 10% off for all seniors out there. So that's a really, really good deal. Make sure you take advantage of that, all you seniors. We have Best Food mayonnaise, basically buy one, get one. It's not bad at all. Let's see what else we have in this ad. Aha, pork loin for $2.49 a pound. Who doesn't like a pork loin? Man, I tell you, pork loin, I have not done this yet, but I plan on making a pork loin bacon soon, you guys. That's going to be delicious. And I may pick up one of these pork loins right here. And that might be one of my videos coming up soon. 85% for $6.49 a pound. That's just an average Joe price, but in today's market, $6.49 a pound for 85%. It's still high. I would love to see that go down more, and we'll see. Let's keep rolling down this ad and see what else we have here. Looks like we're just about through this thing for all the real good deals. And let's poke on over to the Bashas ad. This is a local Arizona company, very local, only in Arizona. And Fry's is also an Arizona company as well. Part of the Kroger group of stores, but Arizona, just Arizona. Bash always runs this every single week consistently. $2.99 a pound, and they're 80% lean ground beef. Boy, you just can't get ground beef cheaper than that. And at 80%, 20% fat for $2.99 a pound, that is just a smoking deal, and I honestly don't know how they do it, really. This is, they run this one almost every single week too, which is a boneless, skinless breast or thigh for $2.99 a pound, just their in-store store brand of chicken breasts and thighs for $2.99 a pound. Excuse me. And then the Norwegian salmon for $9.99 a pound. This is a good deal right here. $1.99 each on your blueberries. That's a great price. And then 99 cents each on your orange, gold, green, and red bell peppers. Broccoli and vine tomatoes, 99 cents per pound. Let's roll back up this and look at this 3-day sale. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Pork loin chops, boneless, for $1.99 a pound. That is a smoking deal for boneless chops. I wonder if you can get that whole loin too for that $1.99, which would beat out the Fry's price. But to get them cut up and already ready for you, why not? We have avocados, 3 for 99 cents, 33 cents each, limit 9. That's a great deal on avocados. All the avocado toast you could ever ask for. Let's keep sliding down this. When you buy 5, $1 a 2-liter on Coke products, it looks like. That's not bad for your 2-liter bottle of soda. And then when you buy 2, $10.99 each on your 24 packs, make those $5.50 a 12-pack basically. It's not a bad deal at all. $2.99 a pound when you buy 4 on your Lay's and Doritos products. It's a pretty good deal coming from Bashas and Oro Wheat Bread. Buy one, get one. Make sure and look at that regular retail to see if you're getting a good deal. Some stores will raise that regular retail price on you, and you need to be leery of that. Let's keep rolling down this ad and take a look at what we got. 8 to 12 count shrimp. Man, those are the gigantic ones, you guys. Big, big raw shrimp for just $6.99 a pound. That might be the best deal in the market for a large jumbo shrimp that you could stick on the grill by itself, because it ain't gonna fall through the grill rack. That's a darn good deal. We've got red cherries, just $3.99 a pound. All these products are part of Bashas' digital membership, so you need to make sure and download these products digitally. And then a nice ice cream deal on popsicles, Ben & Jerry's, just $2.99 each. It's going to be hot, you guys, this weekend. That's going to be a great savings on some cool stuff. Country style ribs, pork country style ribs, just $1.69 a pound. Boy, you cannot beat that price as well. Pork shoulder is where those come from, and normally you see a good price on pork shoulder around $1.99 a pound. To actually have the rib cut for you and ready to go for a $1.69 a pound, woo, that's a great deal. Sanderson's Farm chicken thighs, drumsticks, a value pack or whole fryers, $1.89 a pound. Sanderson Farms is a pretty good brand of chicken, and that's an okay deal. Not the best, not the worst, but not bad at all. And then you have chuck steak for just $6.99 a pound. They seem to run this one on a weekly basis as well. This chuck steak is in the ad almost every single week. Fresh steelheaded trout, which is the cousin to Atlantic salmon or salmon. And just a little bit different of a flavor, but not much, at $8.99 a pound, and that's not too bad at all. Let's keep rolling down this thing. $3.99 baby back rib. That's just an average Joe price. Let's keep rolling down this ad. Mini seedless watermelons at $1.99 each. Those are the smaller ones. This is also part of their 3-day sale. This is a 16-20 count. Raw shrimp, easy peel. So that means they're deveined, tail on, shell on, for $4.99 a pound. 16-20 count shrimp, you guys, is a pretty good sized shrimp. And at $4.99 a pound, that is a smoking deal as well. They're trying to pull you in with their shrimp deals this week. And why not? Let's keep rolling down this Bashas ad. 2 for $5 on their strawberries. 3 for $99 on limes. Villaroma sausage for $2.99 each. Is a little smaller pack than, say, Johnsonville would be, but at $2.99 each, that is a really good deal for Villaroma sausages. Then we have also a thin cut chuck steak marinated for carne asada at $6.99 a pound. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. Get that thing ready to go and throw on the grill. All right, that looks like that is the end of the Bashas ad. And they're kind of throwing some good everyday specials at you like they do each and every week. All right, let's roll into the Albertsons Safeway ad. Albertsons Safeway can be, they're kind of all over the place as far as the tri-state. You'll see some Safeways in California. You'll see some Albertsons in California. And then a lot of Albertsons Safeway in Arizona as well. And Albertsons Safeway has been running some pretty darn deals and being very competitive in the market. And here's their digital offers. 97 cents a pound on red and green grapes. Man, that is a good smoking deal. Cantaloupe, just 97 cents a pound. And Lucerne milk half gallons at 97 cents each as well. Woo! They're just rolling some deals out. Let's take a look at this main meat item we have here. USDA choice boneless beef London broil and top round roast at $3.99. Man, that's a great deal for any roast nowadays at $3.99. And the London broil and the top round, you know, we've talked London broil is a great chop suey, stir fry, stew meat, Swiss steak, cube steak. It's just so many different things you can do with that piece of meat. Take that top round, put it in the oven, slice it, serve a nice au jus with it. There's just so many different ways you can, you know, produce this London broil and top round steak into some wonderful dinners at home. We also have Sanderson Farms split breast chicken or whole fryer at $1.49 a pound. That's a great savings right there. Love that split breast chicken. That's going to have the skin, bone on it. That's the perfect piece of breast to put on the grill. Hot digital deal here on sausage for $2.97. That's not bad at all. And then 80% lean ground beef at $3.99 a pound. That's a decent deal. Bashas was running 80% lean ground beef in their store for $2.99. So if you want to save a little money, you roll over to Bashas. Here we go again. Buy two, get two free. We have Coke and Pepsi products sold in the 12-pack and the 15-pack when you're dealing with Pepsi and Coke. But buy two, get two free. Take a look at that regular retail to make sure you're getting the deal you think you are. Ooh, Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, 2 for $4, $2 a jar. Man, that's a great smoking deal. Red Baron pizzas at $3.49 each. We talked about those, and there was another ad that ran them for $3.99, so that's a little better savings. Let's check out this $5 Friday, June 6th. It's going to be a petite sirloin for $5 a pound. That petite sirloin can be in somewhere in that $8 a pound range on a regular price, regular sale price. You know, so that's not too bad a deal for that petite sirloin. Then we also have a raw peeled and deveined for $5, 3140 count. So that's like a medium size to large size shrimp for that $5 a pound, which isn't bad at all. And here's a whole host of little accoutrements and coupons, you know, with a bunch of neat little deals. Sara Lee bread for $2.49. Sara Lee is one of my favorite brands. And then Sara Lee buns and hot dog buns and hamburger buns at $2.99. Not too bad either. Save more on digital deals. Here's a bunch more little coupons. Lay's $2.99. Water $3.99. Not too bad. Let's keep rolling down this ad to see what else we have. Here we go. USDA choice boneless beef chuck roast, cross rib, bottom, eye around, and petite sirloin roast at $6.99 a pound. Those are just decent deals for a good old-fashioned roast. Boneless skinless breast chicken. This is a service case chicken at $3.99 a pound. Kind of a regular average Joe price. $10.99 on center cut salmon. It's not too bad, but a little high. But that is that center cut, that perfect middle part of the salmon where you get that nice thickness. So at $10.99, that's not too bad. Digital offers on Smithfield tenderloins. Looks like we have hot dogs here. Beef hot dog Oscar Mayer at $4.99 each. That's just an okay deal in my opinion. Cucumbers at 79 cents a pound. Boy, that's a smoking deal. Now let's keep rolling down this thing just to see what else we might have in store for us. And I think that's about it for the Safeway Albertsons ad. So Safeway Albertsons is running a hell of a deal on top round and London broil roast. Let's slide on over to our next store, and that's Cardenas. Now Cardenas actually is in California and Arizona. So this little Los Altos Ranch market is doing their thing and really working their deals. So we have a beef sirloin tip and top round steak or roast at $4.99 a pound. We saw Safeway Albertsons running the top round roast London broil at $3.99 a pound. So it depends on what you like, you know. We also have the watermelon, 33 cents a pound. Now that's a good deal. And 2 ears of corn for $1, 50 cents a pound. Stew meat at $2.49 a pound. You know, we've been seeing this stew meat ad more and more, and you might want to look up some recipes for a good old-fashioned pork stew meat at $2.49 a pound. That's a great deal. Woo! Cherries at $1.49 a pound. Man, you can't go wrong with that. That beats everybody out of the market. And worth rolling into Cardenas. We also have 6170 count shrimp. This is a smaller shrimp. Not shrimp meat, but it's a small shrimp at $4.49 a pound. And that's not too bad at all. Chuck steak and roast at $5.99 a pound. They've been running this roast like this pretty consistently at $5.99 a pound. And that's one worth taking advantage of as well. Usually do that in the off weeks when, you know, a place like Fry's or some of these other companies aren't running that hot front page item. You could take advantage of this weekly $5.99 chuck roast price at the Cardenas and get a decent price on chuck. 3 things of 32 bottles of water for $10.99. It's not bad at the little Cardenas marketplace. Let's keep seeing what else they have here. Cooked baby back rib for $6. It's not too bad. Here's tube chubbed hamburger for $4.49 a pound. That's 85% lean ground beef. And at $4.49, that's a good price, even for the chubbed hamburger like that. 99 cents on mandarins. Ooh, white onions at 59 cents. And then seedless watermelon at 49 cents. Boy, that's a great deal. I've been loving this deal right here. Flanken style ribs and short ribs at $5.99 a pound. You know, these are in that $7.99 a pound range elsewhere. And that is a great deal for flanken style ribs, because flanken style ribs marinated on the grill, there's nothing better. That is a great piece of meat. And short ribs are a great piece of meat as well. Ooh, whole fresh spare ribs at $2.99 a pound. You know, they got those cut in the picture. They make them look like back ribs, but it's actually spare ribs at $2.99 a pound. That's not too bad at all. All right, that's it for Cardenas. And that's a California, Arizona market. So let's roll into our next one. This is Smith's. You're going to find Smith's really heavily in Nevada. There's a ton of Smith's in Nevada. And then along the Arizona-Nevada border, you know, like Parker, I believe Bullhead City, Havasu, Kingman. There's Smith's. I'm not sure about Parker. I might be mistaken on that. I apologize. But Smith's is rolling boneless, skinless breast, and this is the Heritage Farm breasts for $2.49 a pound. That's a pretty darn good deal for just boneless, skinless breast. Cuties at $2.99 a bag, a 3-pound bag. That's a good deal for cuties. You know, we're getting into the cutie season. And farmland bacon at $4.99 as well. Woo! Look at this price here. Asparagus for $1.99 a pound. My God, you can't go wrong with that. And here we are, another store running buy 2 get 2 free on Pepsi and Coke products. And take a look at that regular retail to make sure you're getting a good deal. And then we have 26 to 30 count shrimp at $7.99 a pound. That's not a bad deal, but if you just want it ready for you, you know, and you don't want to hassle with it. But I'd rather take that raw shrimp, that 8 to 12 count, or that 16 to 20 count from Bashas, and just cook that up myself and save a bunch of money. We also have Cheetos, Lay's, and Tostitos, 4 for $10. We've seen this at a couple different stores. So they're probably trying to get off their stock from the Memorial Day holiday. You know, maybe sales weren't good enough. Sweet Baby Ray's, 2 for $4, $2 a thing. We've seen that at another store. And buy 1 get 1 free on popsicles. That's the same deal. Here we go. Ooh, look at this at Smith's. Chuck roast at $4.77 a pound. An even better deal than the fries. But this is going to be mainly in Nevada and the outskirts of Arizona. And you're going to be able to get a chuck roast, chuck eye steaks, boneless country style ribs, shredded beef. So many things you can make out of a beautiful chuck roast. And then, of course, if you've got that knife, you cut that thing nice and thin, makes a wonderful carne asada out of your chuck roast. Just a beautiful piece of meat in general, and you know I love it. But this is part of their digital deal, so make sure and buy 5 of these bad boys in your first transaction, or you're not going to get as good a deal, you know, as you go through the week. blueberry sold in the 18-ounce package for $2.99. That's a pretty darn good deal as well. Let's roll down these digital deals, and here's Oscar Mayer. This is the 9-ounce product, and Claussen pickles at $3.99. We talked about this in another ad. And of course, Kroger ice cream at $1.99. That's awesome, awesome deal. Remember, Smith's, Fry's, Food for Less, all part of the Kroger group. So you're going to see some commonality in these ads as we go through them. Let's keep rolling down this ad and see what else we're running. 4 times fuel points offered at the Smith's and Kroger companies. Red Baron pizza at $3.99. We saw Red Baron at another company for $3.49. Talked about the quality issues with Red Baron. It's not as good a deal as it used to be. Let's hope they fix that. We have Denmark sausage for $10, 10 for 10. And also $3.99 on 4 ears of corn already shucked and ready to go, and 4 baked potatoes at $3.99. Buy one, get one free, on Best Foods mayonnaise. That's not a bad deal. That's not a bad deal at all. Let's keep rolling down this ad. Pork loin at $2.99 here at Smith's. You see, they lowered the price a little bit on the chuck and raised the price a little bit on the pork loin at Smith's. And we're seeing a pork loin at $2.99 a pound. Still, pork loin's a beautiful piece of meat, and you can do a lot of things with that pork loin at $2.99 a pound. Jennie-O ground turkey, 93% lean at $4.99 a pound. It's not bad. Well, I tell you, this Aquastar Pacific salmon right here at $7.99 a pound. This is a quality piece of meat. It is frozen, but it comes nice. It's pre-cut, so the thing falls apart. It's just a good product. And at $7.99 each, that is a darn good price. 20 ounces of salmon for $7.99. Whew, man, you can't go wrong with that piece of meat right there. We got sausage, breakfast sausage at $3.49, and wings at $8.99 for a 2.5 pound bag. That's just an average deal on the wings. Let's keep going through this ad. We've got tilapia at $9.99. This is a big bag of tilapia at $9.99 each, 2 pounds of it, you guys. And that's a pretty darn good deal. And you can't really go wrong with that price. Let's keep rolling down this Smith's ad and see what else. Well, that looks like about it for the Smith's ad. Let's go to Vons. We're heading to California, and we're going through the Vons ad. This is the Albertsons Vons ad, so you might see a little correlation between the Albertsons Safeway ad, because this is under the Albertsons group of stores, Vons is. Let's roll through this thing. All right, looks like digital coupon on Butterball 85% lean ground turkey at $2.49 a pound. My God, for ground turkey, even at 85%, that is such a smoking price. Drain the fat off of that and buy it at $2.49 a pound. That is a good deal. Cherries at $3.99 a pound. Boy, we saw a smoking deal at the Cardenas at $1.49 a pound for cherries. So, I mean, this is just an average Joe price, basically. And then New York strip for $8.99 a pound. It's a decent price for New York strip. You know, regular New York strip or T-bone and porterhouse is going to be up in that $12.99 to $14.99 a pound range, and at $8.99 a pound for your value pack New York strip. That's a darn good deal. Darn good deal indeed. Boneless skinless breast for $2.99 a pound. That's a pretty decent deal as well for their store brand. Or no, this is their full service case. So this is a Tyson product sold in their service case for $2.99 a pound. That's not bad for service case chicken. It's going to be trimmed. It's going to be looking good. And I think you'll be happy with that. Aha! Buy 2, get 2 free. Pepsi and Coke products sold in the 6-pack, bottles and cans for buy 2, get 2 free. Take a look at that regular retail to make sure you're getting a decent deal. That's why when you're looking at that tag, you know, you really can make sure that you're getting the proper deal. Do the math on those things. Look at the price per fluid ounce on that one. You'll see if you're getting a good deal. $2.99 on Tostitos and Lay's and Oreos. That's not too bad. That's not too bad at all. Oro wheat for $2.99. And then we got some ice cream for $3.49. That's their signature select ice cream. That's not bad. Digital coupon on Folgers coffee, 22.6 to 25.9 ounces. So that's not the large can, but the middle one for $9.99 each, but I believe we saw a better price on one of the small digital coupons in the Safeway Albertsons ad. So here they are, raising the price up. Probably lowering the price on that front page item and raising the price up on the Folgers coffee a little bit to make their gross profit up. Let's take a look. Earn 4 times points. Here's a bunch of different things where you can earn 4 times points. Pick 4 or more to save. We have a whole host of coupons here where you can save a little bit money if you look for this POS and buy these related products. Looks like we have a baby back rib for $3.99. That's just an average Joe price. And then we also have a fresh strawberry at $1.79 each. Usually this is a 1 pound package, so at $1.79, that's not too bad. I believe we saw a better deal at Fry's for $1 1/4 a pound on the strawberries, but that's not too bad. Drumsticks for $4.99 for a box of those bad boys. And let's keep rolling down this ad to see what else we have. $5 Friday on medium Hass avocados, 5 for $5, making those $1 an avocado. I believe we saw 3 for 99 cents, making it 33 cents from another store. So that's an okay deal. They're throwing some marketing at you. 3-day cyber sale. Gatorade, Viva toilet paper, Scott's paper towels. Let's see what else we have here. There's a ribeye steak, cowboy steak, or tomahawk steak at $12.99 per pound. That's about regular price for that, you guys. So it's more of a marketing scheme than anything. Baby back ribs at $4.99. 90% lean ground beef at $5.99. That's not bad. Lean 90% is a good one. Usually 90% is made out of sirloin as well. It does not say that specifically here, but 90% lean ground beef at $5.99 is a pretty good deal. Let's keep rolling down this ad to see what else we have. There's a pork butt at $2.99 a pound. That's an average Joe price. Kind of a high price on bacon, $6.99 each on Farmer John bacon, and that's a 12-ounce product. So I don't know if that's the best deal in the world. So let's keep rolling down this ad to see if we can save some more money at Bonds. All right, that looks like about it for Bonds. And here we go. Let's hit the Food for Less. Food for Less, mainly a California store. And they're rolling the $4.79 chuck roast right off the get. Everybody's loving the chuck roast this week. And it's a very, very popular, good piece of meat. And at $4.79 a pound, man, you just can't go wrong with that piece of meat. Sanderson's Farm boneless skinless breast chicken at $2.99 a pound. We saw some other companies running at $2.49 a pound, so that's not too bad. $3.99 on strawberries, sold in a 2-pound thing. So that's $2 a pound. We've seen some cheaper prices on strawberries. But man, if you need them and you're in this store, there you go. Let's keep rolling down. Remember, Food for Less is also a Kroger company. So here's our the Kroger ice cream for $1.99, the same digital deal. And here we go, Farmer John bacon on the digital for $4.99. Now that's a little better deal right there. $4.99 a pound, but then it is only a 12-ounce package, so be leery. Lay's, Cheetos, and Fritos products, 4 for $10. We've seen this deal in multiple stores. And then 2-liter bottle products for $1.79.75 each. And we've seen a couple deals that beat this as well. Navel oranges at 69 cents a pound. That is a smoking deal right there for navel oranges. Wow. And if bought in the local market like it says, why not? This is the same digital deal we've seen. Angel Soft toilet paper. We have Kroger paper towels. $9.99 on the Angel Soft and $5.99 on the Kroger paper towels. It's not too bad at all. Kroger coffee at $7.99 for a jar of it. I find Kroger coffee not to be as good, but if you're trying to save a little bit of money, there you go. You can definitely get a decent coffee for a decent price. Let's keep rolling down this ad. Save more with our quality brands. Now these are all Kroger products here and just low prices. It's a big 128 ounce thing of ice cream for $6.99. Peppers for $6. Potato salads for $5.99. Just your basic chips, classic barbecue chips, 3 for $5. Boy, I buy this Kroger brand peanut butter on a regular basis. I buy the honey portion of it and at $1.49 a jar. You know how much what you can do with peanut butter. There's so many different things. Apples, peanut butter on your celery sticks. You know, classic PB&J. Just so many things. Crackers and peanut butter. Just so many things you can do with peanut butter. And the kids will love it throughout the summer. Let's keep rolling down this ad and see what else. $5.99 each on 12 packs of Coke and Pepsi products. That's not bad. Digital Weeks. There's your Tyson chicken strips and nuggets for $6.99. Oreo cookies for $3 a thing. That's not bad. Let's keep rolling down this ad and seeing what else we have here. Yellow and white peaches or nectarines for $2.49 a pound. I believe we saw some cheaper prices last week, but I have not seen a decent price on peaches this week. Here we go. Pork shoulder steaks and country style ribs at $2.99 a pound. Now, that's about a decent deal for a the whole pork roast, and to have them cut up for you and ready to go. Why not? Russet potatoes, 5-pound bag of potatoes for $2.50. That's not bad. I haven't seen any potato deals in any of the other ads, so that's a good deal, you guys. Great American tilapia. This is a 3-pound bag at $12.99. That's pretty decent for tilapia. Love tilapia. It's a very good fish. A diverse fish. You can use it in a lot of different ways. And that's about it for our Food for Less ad. Let's roll into Stater Brothers. Love me some Stater Brothers. You know, this is a classic grocery store in the local California market. I used to come to this store, me and my father, when I was just a young man, and I love me some Stater Bros. And they compete each and every week, kind of like Bashas does in the Arizona market. Stater Brothers does in the California market. $9.99 T-bone. You know, T-bones are in that $12.99 to $14.99 regular price. So $9.99 is just a pretty good deal for it. What do we have here? USDA Choice Round London Broil and Top Round at $4.99 a pound in the California market. So far, that $4.99 a pound on Top Round is pretty darn good. We've seen that to the Cardenas ad as well. And so that's a pretty good deal and competitive in the market. $2.49 a pound on spare ribs. Of course, the spare rib has that brisket bone. It is the bigger of the rib. Good for slow cooking. But at $2.49 a pound, that is a pretty good deal. What do we got? Boneless, skinless chicken leg meat. So we got thighs at $1.99 a pound. That's probably the cheapest price we've seen in the market so far. $1.99 a pound on thighs. Excuse me, you guys. And $3.99 on California grown blueberries. That's not too bad. There's peaches right there at $1.99. It's not bad. That actually beats the Food for Less price a little bit. And then ginormous jumbo avocados at $1.99 each. Now we have seen some better prices, 33 cents an avocado, even for the medium, the smaller ones. God, I think that's still a little better deal in my opinion. $2.49 when you buy 4 on Ruffles and Doritos and Sun Chips. It's not terrible. That's a pretty good price if you're looking for chips. And what else do we have here, you guys? Let's keep rolling down this ad and see what else is going on. We have $1.99 on crescent rolls and biscuits. That's a great addition to any dinner. And $1.99 when you buy 3 on Pepsi products in the 2-liter bottle. Buy 2, get 1 free for Cheetos and Fritos. Look at the regular retail, see if that's a good one. Club crackers at $4.99 each. That's kind of an average Joe price in my opinion. Here's a chorizo for 4 for $5. I believe this stuff here is the more classic chorizo with the lymph nodes and all the different stuff in it. That's okay. Let's keep rolling down this thing. $8.99 on a 24 pack. That ain't bad right there, you guys. Man, that's $4.50. $4.50 for a 24, $4.50 a 12 pack. Man, that's a better price than I've seen on soda, really. And I like that one. Let's keep rolling down this ad. These are all digital deals at your Stater Bros market. So you have to download those digital savings. Let's see what else we have in this ad. Low price on chuck shoulder steaks at $5.99 a pound. That's pretty good. Pork shoulder at $3.49. That's not the best deal there. And then what do we got here? Top sirloin at $7.99 a pound. That's not too bad for top sirloin. Top sirloin's in that $10, $11 a pound range on a pretty regular basis. So at $7.99, that's not too bad at all. Ground pork at $4.99. That's a pretty average Joe price, but competitive in the market. Here's that salmon. We saw this at another store for $7.99, and here it is at $9.99 at Stater Rose. Still a darn good product. 20 ounces Pacific salmon for $9.99. That's over a pound. So that's a good savings in my opinion. Just not quite as cheap as the other store, of course. Let's keep rolling down. Well, that looks like to be about it for the Stater Bros ad. Just a good average Joe, competitive ad for Stater Brothers to keep you coming back to their store, their local California store. All right, here we go. We're hitting the final store of the day, and this is Smart&Final. This is the California, Arizona company, and they're kicking off their ad with their chicken, split breast chicken, bone in. So this is that skin on bone in split breast chicken. Beautiful for the grill. Way better than the boneless breast. This one here is going to keep the juiciness because it has that skin and has that bone. It's really going to flavor that meat in a very specific way and keep that meat very juicy. And at $1.99 a pound, that's a great price for breast chicken. Here we go, $3.99 each. 18-ounce thing of blueberries. That's a pretty decent price. Here we go, yellow nectarines, $1.99 a pound. That was pretty decent. Stater Brothers was running that same price. Assorted pork loin chops at $2.99 a pound. That's a pretty decent deal, depending on what the assortment of chops is. You're going to get a sirloin, blade, loin out of those usually, and hopefully they're nice looking, pork chops packs at $2.99. I'll tell you, $2.99 is a pretty decent price for cut pork. Hass avocados, these are the small ones, 2 for $1. So 50 cents an avocado. It's not bad. Mangoes at 79 cents each. And cilantro, I believe those are whole little bunches of cilantros, 2 for 88, 44 cents for a cilantro bundle. That's a great deal. You can't go wrong there, you guys. What do we got here? 24 12-ounce cans. This looks like Coke products for $9.99 each. Well, that's not too bad. It's a little higher than Stater Bros was running, but not too bad. And ooh, this is a good one. Been loving me some flat meat lately. Flat meat for carne asada is a great piece of meat, and it is better than skirt steak. It's better quality than your chuck roast would be. And I think this flat meat at $7.99 a pound is kind of a steal because it makes one of the best carne asada meats in the market, in my opinion. Here we go, ground turkey, sold in the 3-pound package at $2.99. That's not bad. Fuji apples at 99 cents each, and Oreos at $3.99. We've seen that $3.99 Oreo in a number of stores. Them trying to sell you Oreos. What else do we have here? Weekly digital deals. We have Sara Lee buns. It looks like for $2.99. I believe we've seen that price in a number of other stores as well. Here we go. Let's take a look, see if there's any more in this thing. Ha-ha! Spare ribs at $3.49 a pound, which is just an average Joe price. We've seen spare ribs at a couple different places at better pricing. But man, Foster Farms chicken, leg quarters. It looks like a whole fryer. Well, no, it's just leg quarters. I'm sorry. Foster Farms chicken leg quarters sold in the 10-pound bag at 89 cents a pound. That's a pretty decent deal. Sometimes you'll see store-bought brands of this chicken for like 79 cents a pound. But Foster Farms is a very good, naturally fed, no hormones, no injections. It's not organic, but it's natural, and it's just a pretty good brand of chicken. And 89 cents a pound for that leg quarter is good. And the leg quarter is the drumstick and thigh attached. So that's a good piece of meat. Here we go. Let's keep rolling down this thing. Cornish game hen at $13.99. That's a 4 count. That's not bad right there, especially each. And then they have a 12-ounce bacon at $5.99, which is okay. 12 ounces, I think 12-ounce bacon should be in that $4 a pound range rather than the $6 a pound range. So that's not the best deal. 41 50-count shrimp at $6.99. This is a raw product. Peeled and deveined, ready to go. No tail, no shell, no nothing. It's $6.99 a pound raw. That's a pretty good deal, you guys. Pretty good deal indeed. Here's the big things of water right here for $3.99 each. If you're making your donations, water donations during the summer, it might be time to stock up a little bit. And $5.99 on Pepsi products. That's not bad. We've seen a couple of those deals as well. You see some commonalities amongst these ads, where you can come to the grocery stores, your local grocery stores, and save money over your Costco's. Costco, it's great. Limited amount of products you can buy in Costco. It takes you 2.5 hours every time you go into a Costco because you're just so damn busy. You end up checking out your own stuff, basically, bagging your own stuff, and I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan of Costco, and I believe you can save more money shopping local. There are some good things that Costco have, but there's also some bad things. You really got to do the math and pay attention. The price per ounce, price per fluid ounce, price for whatever you're trying to get from the Costco to make sure you're saving the money that you need to save. I believe if you shop these local grocery stores and you pay attention to these front page items, you are going to save money with me, Tom, your local neighborhood butcher. Trust me when I tell you that these prices on these front page items are good prices and ones that you can take advantage of. So thank you. I absolutely appreciate each and every one of you spending some time with me today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please like, please subscribe. That's what makes it all go around. And if you really like this content and like hearing me talk and want to hear me talk in the future more, sign up for my membership. Please, I would love the donation. That would be amazing if we could get to where we're having members and I'm offering membership content and offering special deals and things to just my members. I would love to be able to offer those sorts of things. So please do what you need to do. Wipe them feet, pay your bar tabs, and come hang out next week with Tom, your neighborhood butcher. Thanks. Bye now.